It's 4 o'clock, people. It's KRFF 95.9. RadioFreeFargo.org. That was Tobacco Crepe Aerosmith featuring Beck. I'm Wilson. I'm actually Head Cold Head Wilson. You guys are in luck. If you got some friends, you better tell them to turn on the radio because I got a head cold, which means I've got this super groovy, deep, kind of chocolatey voice. That's only going to happen today. By next Thursday, this beautiful sounding velvet cashmere Wilson tone is going to be gone. But luckily, thanks to whatever's going on in the atmosphere, I've got some issues in my brain. A little cloudiness of sinal drivel. Canna-Talk ND with Wilson. That's what you're listening to right now. Right before me was Side Stage with Trav 1 to 3. 4 to 5, 4:20, we open a big fat bag of cannabis news. This Thursday's no different. Except I sound like a really sexier version of Wilson. So again, you ladies are welcome. And soak it in, because this voice tone will be gone next Thursday. And I've got headphones on, and I'm enjoying it as well. But again, right after me, no stinky art. No stinky art today. The Music Mart is closed this Thursday from 5 to 7. But I have it on good authority. He'll probably be back next week. Right after that, Locals on the 8, Radio Free Madness, Black Ring Ritual wraps up your Thursday on the best radio station in the world as far as I'm concerned. Again, I talk about cannabis and cannabis legalization, the benefits of cannabis medically. I'm going to talk about the measures that are kicking up dust here in the beautiful state of North Dakota, and we'll talk about that too. I just want to thank Black Cottage Alchemy for sponsoring this little show. That's going to be awesome. The body butter is what you want to get. BlackCottageAlchemy.com, Black Cottage Alchemy on Facebook. Or come on downtown, for crying out loud, and go to Tochi Products. You know what I mean? And just hang out a little bit and then get this body butter. It's made with kosher full spectrum CBD, North Dakota grown hemp seed oil, 1,600 megs of CBD, mango butter, a couple other butters, some oil, some colloidal, turmeric, arnica, you know, that sort of stuff. That's good for feet, toe, and foot fungus, tattoo aftercare, hydration of the face, radiation and chemo burns. It's all around beautiful stuff. Thank you, Black Cottage Alchemy, for sponsoring Canna-Talk ND with Wilson, the only radio show pushing cannabis legalization in the beautiful state of North Dakota, as far as I know. I mean, it's a pretty big state, am I right? Anyway, Sean Anonymous, what about him? He's coming to town. He's going to hook us up. He's going to do us a solid. So he's going to come to the RadioFreeFargo.org at the aquarium above Dempsey's, a.k.a. the Fishbowl. It's a benefit for us, KRFF Radio Free Fargo. So for the love of what's good, May 7, 2022, Sean Anonymous, Chance York, Dimitri Killstorm, all out of Minneapolis, Ray from the he the Fargo guy, again, the aquarium, 226 Broadway, 10 p.m., 21 plus, and at least $10. We'll take all the money you got. I don't know if we'll take Bitcoin, but we'll try. But again, that's May 7th. That's us. A benefit for KRFF Radio Free Fargo. Sean Anonymous, which is kind of ironic because if you know his first name, how anonymous is he? But Chance York, Dimitri Killstorm is also helping him out from Minneapolis. So again, help out the best local radio station in the world as far as I'm concerned, and local music. And before I forget, let's talk about Talk. Tomorrow, April 22nd, the Johnny Cash story with Sherwin Linton and the Cotton Kings. Thursday, April 28th, Overtime in Fargo. And then May 6th, Club Spirit, Reese Schnacke on the Proving Grounds Tour. Again, you're listening to KRFF 95.9, RadioFreeFargo.org, Canna-Talk ND with Wilson. I'm Wilson. And we're going to talk about cannabis and stuff. Canna-Talk ND on Instagram is where I will shout out when this show, minus the music, is going to be on YouTube and the other podcasts options. But we are archiving our shows for up to 9 days now, which was a cool feature back in the day, and it disappeared. And then it came back, and like somebody was saying on our little Discord chat, that the quality of the archive, sound quality, is phenomenal. I just thought it was because I'm awesome. And my tone just, is golden no matter where it comes out of. Because you know where it comes out of me, you know what I'm saying. But anyway, check it out. So you can archive, you can listen to this show tomorrow if you want to. And again, I was surprised. I was making a little salmon eggs the other, salmon eggs. Salmon and eggs. Salmon eggs? Whatever. Canna-Talk ND with Wilson. You're listening to Wilson. struggling through a head cold, but I'm telling you, I'm going to listen to this back, and this is going to be some of the best audio radio tone that I think people would die for this. But you can't get sick. You just, these happen rarely. You wake up in the morning, you get that frog in your throat, that, oh, yeah. And you can only do that when you've got sinus issues. And it almost seems like it's not all sinus issues, it's just particular ones. And it's ironically, when you sound your worst, it's actually when you're on your way out. So I'm going to live, and I'm going to play a little music now because I'm done talking. Oh, before I forget the most important thing, I believe cannabis was created by God, my Heavenly Father, and I shout him out every Sunday morning for a while at Life Point Sanctuary at 10 a.m. in Moorhead. Google it if you want to show up. But until then, be anticipating 417 Main Avenue is going to be our new church home, so that's going to be groovy, and I'll keep you posted on that. But again, strap on your resin-soaked seatbelt. It was 420 yesterday. I forgot all about that. Yeah, so happy belated 420, you sexy thing, you. And by you, it's the proverbial you. It could be anybody. But again, let's listen to G-Love. This is from 2010, Fixin' to Die on KRFF. Feeling funny in my eyes, Lord. I feel like I'm fixing to die. G-Love, 2010. Thank you, G-Love, for that song. KRFF 95.9, RadioFreeFargo.org. Canna-Talk ND with Wilson. I'm Wilson, and welcome to this show where we discuss cannabis legalization here in the state of North Dakota, and just interesting news wherever I find it. And that's at 420. We'll open a big fat bag of cannabis news, and we welcome you to join me then. But until then, I thought I would mention a few things before we get this thing blown out. But first, programming on KRFF 95.9 FM Radio Free Fargo is being underwritten by Moorhead Herbal Galleria. Moorhead Herbal Galleria is Minnesota's only CBD Delta house. They offer carts, vape, CBD oil, pet tincture, and more. Moorhead Herbal Galleria is located at 2921 South Frontage Road, Suite number 1 in Moorhead, Minnesota. Their phone number is 218-512-0355, open 11 a.m. through 9 p.m. Monday through Saturday. Sundays, 10 a.m. to 6:30 p.m. Man, I got like 107.9 or 107.9 the Fox voice today. I'm telling you. Listen, up next, Foghat on 107.9 the Fox. Actually, I got to get my life together and my act. I got to get my act and my life together. But until then, let's talk about what's going on in North Dakota. So, Indie for Freedom of Cannabis Act, they are constantly scurrying around. They're not out. They're looking for petitioners, and I'm lying. They're looking for sponsors. So, if you want to sponsor the Indie for Freedom of Cannabis Act's next act, get a hold of them, Indie Cannabis Caucus. And that's what they're trying to do. They've got a certain amount of sponsors. They're trying to get more, and once they do, they can move forward. Now, the group that does have enough signatures that has probably been in the news, but since I don't do social media, I don't listen or watch the news, so I don't even know what's going on. Every once in a while, I'll find some things, and I think, oh, maybe I better search that out. But New Approach North Dakota, it's being headed by David Owen, whom you have known and love to hate. Infamy from Measure 3 was probably when a lot of you guys heard of him. And so he's chairing this New Approach North Dakota. And it's, I got to say, the sponsor group, I was looking at that for fun. And it's like really it's like a really nice looking sponsor list. Because you don't want to see a sponsor list for, say, everybody we're in Fargo, because there's going to be trouble getting those guys to initiate and instigate and move movements in any other part of the state. And I'm looking here, and there's some Fargos in here for sure, but it's definitely a blend to where you're going to be able to reach out and get the state. Because if you've just got all the sponsors in one area, excuse me, that's kind of all you got. But if you've got, a sponsor in, say, every major town, and then some small ones, like you got some man bills and stuff, that's beautiful. So anyway, shout out New Approach North Dakota on their endeavor, because I believe anybody that's attempting to get cannabis legalization. And I know, I mean, here's the thing. You can naysay and nitpick all day long. I mean, negative Nancy's, there's no, what's the word? There's no value in it. There's no worth in naysaying, I don't think. But it certainly is a subgenre in our reality, you know. Negative Nancy's exist. Just the same with, nobody's going to get through here on my watch Karens, you know. But again, I mean, if cannabis is legal or it's illegal, do you hate the guy that made it that way, but it's not the way you wanted? I don't know. I mean, I'm struggling with it, you know, because I get corporate money and I get all that. Oh, I got to get out of here. It's time for music. So the ballot measure will establish a responsible system. So it's 21 and older will no longer be punished. You can have up to 3 cannabis plants. Let's see. All cannabis products in North Dakota will be tested, tracked, and traced. And there'll be a limited number of businesses. And let's get into some tunes here. This is brand new Andrew Bird. This is a nice little ditty. Get comfortable. It's 6 minutes long. And we'll see you on the other side and we'll do it. Well, that was lovely. Brand new Andrew Bird off the Inside Problems, Underlands, RadioFreeFargo.org, KRFF 95.9. Radio Free Fargo is where you're going to hear Canna-Talk ND with Wilson. At 4:20, we open a big fat bag of cannabis news, and that's happening right now. So, strap on your seatbelt, put some ice in the cylinder, get comfortable, and we'll talk about cannabis right on the other side of this.
Yo, it's Wilson from Canna-Talk ND. You know, the super awesome show you're getting ready to listen to. I think you should go and subscribe to the YouTube channel. I'll wait. Okay, enjoy the show.
Blah, 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 blah. Hello, everybody. How's it going, everybody? It's Canna-Talk ND with Wilson. It's 4:20. I've opened the bag of cannabis news, so we got nothing left to do but to do it. Again, yesterday was 4:20. I hope everybody had a good one. I went to church with my folks, and I had some banana bread with nuts in it. And I haven't eaten bread in a long time. But, I mean, banana bread, am I right? I mean, there was a lot of other stuff. I mean, there was cake and, you know, stinking buns and cheese and overly processed meats. And I said no. Egg salad open-faced, I said, not today. Banana bread, I was like, I'll come back and look at you, little buddy. So I got up, and I drank a little coffee. I got up, and I got me a piece of banana bread. And it was good. And I thought, you know what, I'm going to have another piece of banana bread. And it was good. And then I thought, you know what, if I have 3 pieces of banana bread, then who am I really? You know what I mean? Who am I really? And I go, well, you're Wilson. You're two slices of banana bread, Wilson. You're not 3 bread. You're not 3 bread. You're not 3 bread, Greg. And I said, you're right. And so, hey, 2 slices of banana bread. Am I right? But anyway, I hope everybody had a happy 420. And again, there is a legalization measure getting kicked off. If you want a petition, there's money in town. So get a hold of New Approach North Dakota, and they will get you to working. Now, I don't know if it's $22 an hour, but I think it's a pretty good deal. So, I mean, if you're looking for work, and again, petitions, signature getting is hard. You're standing out there, you're getting rejected. I mean, you've got to be you kind of got to be aggressive. You've got to go to the work. You know, you can't let the work come to you. Like cannabis signatures, especially in Fargo, it would be easier just getting back pats. I mean, it is. You will end your day feeling good about yourself because of how popular you will be getting signatures for cannabis legalization. So give it a shot. You know, think about it. But brands, celebs, and organizations celebrate cannabis holiday 420 at bid push for federal legalization, and that's another thing. It's federally illegal, and I mean, everybody celebrates this holiday. The unofficial holiday known as 420 has arrived, and that was yesterday. So as more states have moved to end prohibition, more brands, celebrities, and organizations are feeling emboldened, and that's essentially what it is because it's illegal. Food companies like Ben & Jerry's, Domino's, and ACLU, and Snoop D-O Double, of course. 420 holiday has attracted numerous influencers that are hoping to appeal to cannabis consumers. So let's see. Ben & Jerry goes, right now, federal lawmakers are one vote away from legalizing cannabis and beginning to undo the harm. Take action now. Krispy Kreme says it's a good day when it's 420 and we have a sweet deal to munch on. But check this out. The original glazed dozen priced at the national average price of a gallon of gas, $4.08. They could have just charged 12 more cents. Krispy Kreme doesn't deserve to be in business when they offer a 420 special and they offer their dozen for $4.08. Can't they count? Do they realize they're off by 12 cents? Come on. But anyway, Snoop Dogg, he's representing for us. Domino's, they say, do you know all our pizzas are baked? Well, now you do. You know, what I thought was funny is Mountain Dew said, well, I'll find it. But anyway, at Mary Hill Weddings in North Carolina, there's more than just a smell of love in the air. This venue is also a hemp farm. It's open for tours, even on days like 420. NASDAQ, the grass is greener with that Leafly at the NASDAQ opening bell. That's hilarious. Here we go, Mountain Dew. Check this out. As everyone already knows, 420 is National Banana Day, so enjoy the holiday. National Banana Day. Because that's just, I was trying to figure that out all day yesterday. Like, what are they doing? Is that a joke? Is that a joke? Snickers says, what is it about 420 that we sell so many Snickers? You people must be hungry. See, it's all this tongue in cheek. Pizza Hut, they're the ones I feel probably are the ones that got the most edgy, right? Because they go, green and pizza go together like, wait, what are we talking about? That's kind of funny. TGA Fridays. See, they should have put a Y in there, but Blaze does too. Put our new whiskey glazed Blaze sauce high on your list of munchies. I don't think so. Netflix. I'm not even going to mention Netflix. So here's, let me see what else we got. Let's see what we got. History. Many 420 revelers don't know the origin of the word, but have vague recollection. I always forget it's stinking Hitler's birthday. I don't want to talk about that too much. But anyway, Hostess Snacks. Our favorite treats are baked. Uno Pizzeria. It's 420. We're a fantastic choice for the munchies. Just saying, baked with love. Boy, these guys are going all out. Conan, he says it's 420, the day German troops surrendered at Leipzig in 1945 and U.S. troops took control of the city. I'm high. So, let me see what else we got. Happy 420 from South Park. It's kind of interesting to see disabled American veterans. They post curious about alternative pain treatments. They are bringing information to... here's this crazy thing. Jack in the Box. You can get a shake for only $4.20 on 420. See, now these guys are figuring it out. Sinking Krispy Kremes. $4.08 for their dozen donuts on 420 day. Like, what is wrong with them? It's 420. And you make your donuts $4.08. I don't get it, y'all. I don't trust them. Hey, Tabasco. Happy 420, y'all. Well, good on Tabasco. ACLU, meet our new bud Torchy. Torchy knows the war on drugs is bull and wants to make sure all your friends do too. American Civil Liberties Union, shout out to them. Anyway, let's see what else we got here. PETA, they went happy 420. I don't know if they're, I don't know what that means. The dictionary, there are many marijuana options for medical and rec use. Here's the buzz on the clear difference between indica and sativa varieties. Well, indica is in the couch, so it's sleepy, and sativa is outside mowing the snow. You're outside, you're getting it, you're doing it. So lemonade, happy 420. If you're celebrating, please make sure your best bud doesn't get into any of your best buds. That's a shout out to the animals. Let's see what else we got. I'm getting kind of caught up into this, but it's kind of fun, huh? Here's Insomnia Cookies. Now, this looks pretty good. Share them with your buds or keep them all for yourself. Munchie-style cookie nachos dropping tomorrow for $4.20 in-store. That might be all right. But anyway, why don't we keep moving, huh? So let's look at this. North Dakota Highway Coppers, they had their thing to say about 420. This is KX News, North Dakota Highway Patrol, keeping watchful eye for impaired drivers. And this is just so stupid to me. This week, the North Dakota Highway Patrol is keeping a closer eye on the roads. 420, known as World Weed Day. I never said that. Who wrote this article? Cameron Brewer used the words World Weed Day. Is a day to celebrate the usage of cannabis. Patrol troopers are on the watch for drivers who are driving impaired because of the drug. I've never really seen anybody driving impaired because of cannabis. I don't. I don't even know what that means. My first recollection of careful, precise, safe driving was done in my, in my presence with somebody who would, pardon me for using vernacular, but would grind 1s all the way to Kansas City, wouldn't move off that yellow or white line for nothing. Had it on cruise control. And again, I personally, I've never once thought this is going to cause me problems when I drove, impaired wise. And I don't have a car, so you can't bust me for driving. But I've driven thousands of miles utilizing a little cannabis for the quality of my driving, especially for long drives. It just helps. If anything, have you ever had like an ankle cramp when you had your stupid foot at like 70-degree angle for like 800 miles and you start to get that little geek right in that little part of your ankle and your foot? Cannabis can help you with that. The aches and pains of driving can be beneficial to utilizing cannabis. Now, CBD might work too. I don't know. That I always did it, the right way. So anyway, the cops, they want to bring awareness that you can drive impaired from other substances other than just alcohol. Officers have been watching closely for unruly drivers. And it's just like an unruly cannabis driver. That just doesn't even make, it just shows how disconnected these idiots are. Cannabis doesn't make you unruly. Cannabis doesn't make you impaired, in a sense. Trust me, if you ate, I just don't think anybody gets to that point and then gets behind the car. See, that's the difference. Like, if you drink a lot of booze, you're like, woo, spring break, you'll get in a car. If you accidentally ate that extra brownie and you realize you're an idiot, you ain't driving. You ain't going to drive. You don't make that mistake, And if you're able to drive, then you will. So it's just, they got this messed up. So Sergeant Cattermoss says, are they weaving? Are they stopping? Are they going too fast? This guy sounds like he's high. Are they going too fast? Going too slow? Who's typing this stuff? We're up in the mirror. We're what? What does he even mean, we're up in the mirror? If somebody knows what that is, comment on Canna-Talk ND on Instagram. Tell me what they mean by we're up in the mirror. Does he mean they're up in the mirror or he's up in the mirror, the officer? And what does that even mean? Normally, alcohol is easy to detect, he says. Cannabis is too if you smell it in the vehicle, right? But you shouldn't. What have we been learning, children, in legal states? Smell isn't a valid reason for searching, sir. Smell isn't a valid reason to detect. So get your life together. Carter Moss says education and awareness of this thing are just one of the duties that come with wearing a badge. Or you could just be busting maybe some pedophiles or, maybe those guys cooking meth in the backyard of some daycare outside Minot. Maybe you could work on that, and stop getting up in the mirror for some of these too fast, too slow, weaving, unruly guys. And again, I've never seen anybody do any of that on cannabis. Never. But anyway, let's keep cruising. Snoop Deal Double also helped out South Dakota. As you know, South Dakota's running out of time for signatures. So this is Kelloland. Just before Snoop Dogg took the stage in a haze of smoke at the Denny Sanford Premier Center, advocates stood outside the venue to draw support for legalizing cannabis in South Dakota. Sweet. Last November, the South Dakota Supreme Court struck down Amendment A, which everybody knows, which would allow for rec cannabis. So they're doing it again, and the petition needs almost 17,000. They got about, 13.5 as of April 13th. That's why they used the Snoop Dogg concert as an opportunity. They collected several hundred signatures. We're still counting through them. It's too bad they just couldn't have, somehow got Snoop to make everybody sign it. But we're very pleased with how it went, and campaign director. The proposed initiated measure is a simpler version of Amendment A. It's smaller. And it's very short and simple. They don't want any potential lawsuits or whatever happened before. Tonight's concert allows Schweck and organizers to connect with voters. It won't surprise anyone that I didn't encounter a single person who opposed cannabis legalization outside of a Snoop Dogg concert. Could you imagine a guy rolling into Snoop Dogg going, oh, hey, dude, bro, man, do you think you can sign this legalization petition before you go into Snoop Dogg, the king of cannabis smoker? No. I don't believe in cannabis. I refuse to sign that petition, sir. Hey, okay, cool. Enjoy Snoop Dogg. I will. What? But anyway, let's see. For others, their signature on the petition had nothing to do with cannabis at all. It was about respecting the will of the voters. And again, people spoke with having difficulty receiving a medical cannabis card, to stay in North Dakota, finding a doctor. And those are all valid concerns here in North Dakota as well. And that's why I fight for legalization recreationally, because I believe it's for beneficial medical reasons, no matter how you use it. Stick it in your ear, it'll help you some. I got no idea. But I'm just saying. So, this Cruson guy, the general manager, he goes, there was obviously some cannabis smoking in the building with a show like that, but then again, you prioritize as a venue. Despite some outliers, Cruson said the audience of over 9,000 was safe and well-behaved for the most part. Sioux Falls Public Information said the police department did not receive any calls of drug use, and there were no arrests made. Now, that's pretty crazy. But anybody interested in signing in South Dakota, Schweck said that people can either call or text 605-269-8552 to find a signing location. Those in Sioux Falls can stop by the headquarters located at 1020 South Minnesota Avenue. There will also be a drive-up signing event this weekend at Sioux Falls headquarters, 10 a.m. to 7, Saturday and Sunday. Okay, well, let's just keep cruising along here, huh? Canna-Talk ND with Wilson every Thursday here on Radio Free Fargo 95.9. We talk about cannabis and cannabis legalization, the medical benefits of cannabis, and just general cannabis information, and some side stuff that has nothing to do with anything. But since I am in charge of this little train wreck, I can talk about whatever I want. And for those of you who've just tuning in and you're wondering, how did I just get this really awesome voice since last week? I got a head cold. And if everybody knows that every once in a while when you get a head cold, you get some weird sonically changed sexy tone that you never have ever again. It'll go away tomorrow. It'll probably be gone tomorrow. And in my lifetime, I've had them maybe 5 or 10 times. And even as a kid and as an adult, I love it when I wake up and I go, oh, I've got the fun voice. But anyway, I maybe you guys aren't into it, and I'll stop it. I'll knock it off. I apologize. So this is High Times. Okay, now let me tell you this. Last week I talked about the stinking mayor wanted to put cannabis farms on the roofs of public housing, which is hilarious. Yeah, I mean, that's just hilarious. But anyway, New York City Mayor Eric Adams called to use rooftops as cannabis greenhouse spaces. Looks like a pipe dream for now. Monday, a spokesperson of the U.S. Department of Housing, HUD, remember them? The U.S. Department of Housing, remember those guys? Let me just talk to you guys about federal. U.S. is federal agency, which provides funding for New York City Housing Authority. Of course they do. Adams' office hasn't yet reached out to the federal agency about the mayor's idea. Well, why in the world would you talk to the federal agency that owns the buildings if they want to have cannabis growing on their roof? This is crazy. Speaking during a conference, Adams examined the possibilities of having greenhouse space on public housing rooftops. It was a great idea. But the jobs can come from NACH residents. Hey, you can just go up to the roof and work. But the Cannabis Control Board announced that it approved the first round of cultivation license, with the opening 52 going to New York farmers. So we got a problem. So we just got to wait. But yeah, no, I thought that was hilarious. Because last week I tell you, yeah, the mayor wants to grow stuff on public housing. And then today I tell you, oh, yeah, it's provided by the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development. Federal. I mean, and this mayor don't know that? It's craziness to me. So here's Nebraska, if you can help them out. Nebraska Medical Cannabis Campaign pleads for donations amid devastating circumstances. And I love these guys, and these guys have been working so hard. And here they're donors. One donor died in a plane crash, and another one, something else happened. And so now they need $1 million bad. They don't have the funding, and they're running short on money. Eggers is devastated. It's an understatement. They're pleading for people to help. Eggers lamented that her young son Colton, who suffers from epilepsy, is unable to receive the treatment in the state. She's been using cannabis, and so here we go. We've received so much encouragement from individuals all across the state who support so many patients like her son Colton, who desperately needs access to this medicine no matter what your political background is. We should all agree that criminalizing a medicine that has potential to alleviate suffering is both cruel and inhuman. The current policy doesn't reflect our family values here in Nebraska. So if they can't get it through, she said last month that she was confident that the group could still reach a $500,000 fundraising goal by its deadline of May 1st. She didn't say how much money the group had, however, in the Lincoln Journal-Star, but it was less than 30 G's. The Nebraska group needs to gather a minimum of 87,000 valid signatures by July 7 in order for each initiative to qualify for the ballot. So anyway, shout out Nebraska. Let's see what else we got to talk about here, and then I'll get out of here. I got to go a little early today anyway. Cannabis moment. And like I said, I'm not feeling great. I don't know if you can tell that in my voice or my sardonic wit today, but Wilson know it 100%. Cannabis moment. Nevada police are exploiting cannabis scheduling loophole to make arrests despite legalization, ACLU backed lawsuit claims. A new lawsuit being backed by the Nevada chapter of the ACLU claims that the state's drug code unconstitutionally continues to list cannabis as a Schedule I drug, enabling police to continue to arrest people over cannabis despite the fact that it's been legalized for medical and adult use. Don't get it. The suit targets the State Board of Pharmacy, which is scheduling authority over controlled substances. Plaintiffs said that because the board has failed to remove it, people continue to run the risk of being prosecuted for felony crimes. Police have allegedly exploited the legal loophole, even though the state constitution recognizes the med value of cannabis, and voters approved adult use legalization at the ballot in 2016. Press release, instead of treating cannabis like alcohol and removing it from state's list of controlled substances, and Nevada is ignoring its state constitution and the will of the people. ACLU is suing. Shout out ACLU. So this is what the police departments are doing. They're actually charging people with possession of a controlled substance with intent to sell, even if it's cannabis. Ramik said that she feels that the police are aware that cannabis has been illegalized. Of course they have, for medical and rec, but they're still finding ways to charge people with cannabis, disproportionately in minority and low-income communities. She said they're using loopholes related to the board's current scheduling status to perpetuate the same issue. Ramik, who is representing the plaintiffs in this case, said that the Board of Pharmacy is similarly aware of the cannabis policy changes and have maintained its Schedule I status despite being required to evaluate scheduling decisions. She said that she's not sure at this stage how the board will respond to the suit, but she wouldn't be surprised if there was pushback from the regulatory board. Well, that's interesting. So anyway, let me talk about this again quick. New approach, North Dakota. A statutory ballot measure will establish a responsible system. Adults 21 and older, like I said. The North Dakota Department of Health and Human Services or another party designated by the legislator will regulate. I don't love that. Or another body, like what, the Highway Patrol? I mean, shouldn't you tell us? I mean, shouldn't we know? Shouldn't we know what other body would be designated? Why give them the power to designate? I don't like it. I don't like it. I mean, regulation's already an issue. Regulation's basically a guy who follows you around going, not over there, not over there, only over here, only over there. Lame. So a limited number of licensed retail businesses where adults may purchase cannabis products. You can opt out. However, I'm lucky because I live in Fargo, so we'll definitely have some here. Testing laboratories to ensure the quality and safety of cannabis products. All good stuff. And there's money coming in to pay people to do petition. I mean, I don't know. I wish everybody the best. Anybody trying to get cannabis legalized in the state of North Dakota, I give you a high five. Canna-Talk ND with Wilson. Every Thursday I get in here, 4:20, open a big fat bag of cannabis news. No stinky art today. Locals on the 8, Radio Free Madness, Black Ring Ritual is what you got on deck here. Of course, Friday mornings, got a little country for you. Radio Free Fargo, KRFF. Canna-Talk ND with Wilson is going to read this. Art Riot. Programming on KRFF 95.9 is being underwritten by Art Riot Promotions. Art Riot will design and print any business or personalized custom decal in a variety of shapes and sizes. Art Riot creates custom engraved gifts and promotional items. Art Riot offers flexible online or in-person consultations. Local in-store pickup or shipping is available for any order. Visit them at 819 Main Avenue in Moorhead. Art Riot is open Monday through Friday, 9 to 5. You can find them online at artriotpromotions.com and also on Facebook and Instagram. Thank you for listening to this Canna-Talk ND with Wilson. I'll be back next day. I'll be back next Thursday. You can bet on that. This show is brought to you by Black Cottage Alchemy. Once again, thank you, Black Cottage Alchemy. Their body butter is made with kosher full-spectrum CBD, North Dakota-grown hemp seed oil, 1,600 mg of CBD, and a bunch of other good stuff. You can find this stuff at blackcottagealchemy.com, Black Cottage Alchemy on Facebook, or downtown here in the heart of historic, beautiful Fargo. Tochi Products has all you could possibly handle of the body butter. So again, thank you for you guys for sponsoring this show. Okay, I don't know what's going on, but let me play a little music. Here's Battles, Ice Cream, 95.9. Well, that's all for me. That's Ice Cream, Battles, 2011, KRFF 95.9, Moorhead, Fargo, RadioFreeFargo.org, streaming anywhere and everywhere you are. Canna-Talk ND with the Wilson every Thursday, 4 o'clock I get up in the studio. 4:20, open a big fat bag of cannabis news. This Thursday was no different. However, I brought a different sonic texture with my head cold, boys, and so you're welcome. It'll be gone. I'll be back to a normal tone next Thursday. Right after me is normally Stinky Arts Music Mart, not today. Locals on the 8, Radio Free Madness. BlackCottageAlchemy.com, Black Cottage Alchemy on Facebook. Tochi Products has the body butter. They sponsored this show. Thank you. I'm going to jump out of here early again. I got church. I got to clean yet, so I'm going to jump out of here. You guys have been great. I've been great. We all been great. So take care of yourselves. Educate yourself on the benefits of cannabis so you can educate others on the benefits of cannabis. And I hope, everybody's 420 was great. Have a great Earth Month. It's Earth Week. Until then, it's David Allen. Judgment Day. Peace.